Where's the sound trip ever taken?
Who the hell knows?
Maybe a cartoon monkey's gonna beat you over the head with a monkey wrench, and you need to go to work tomorrow and just need to recover. But you need the W energy. That's what you need. The only way you're gonna get through. I don't remember what the nightmare juice is called, but if W's smart, they should try to get that and make it a fucking flavor. TM, you owe me for that one. Actually, no, you could have that one for free.
So yeah, go on over to W, show us some love, and let's get on with the movie.
Life is but a dream, flowing into another dream.
I'm Larry, the scary Rex. I'm a scary dinosaur. But don't be scared of my sharp teeth and my mighty, mighty roar.
Okay, wasn't that fun in a awkward sort of way?
Jared ate it. It's the same one that trained me and Rick to sting me.
Stung me in the neck
in
fucking Texas.
Right, and then it's the same one that trained the fucking wasp to kill
I think I have this episode
title.
title.
We have a Mean Rick.
Hey guys, Jokey Pants, welcome back. Paul's been beating me. He's been beating me a lot, and I keep telling him to stop, and he keeps saying no.
It's not my fault you're bad at video games, okay? I'm just, that's just you. That's it.
I can't help it. I try to hit the platforms, and the game just, it's not my fault, folks. So Jokey Pants here with Cerebral Paul. Despite being beaten and broken, as you can clearly see, we're going to cover over our movie Mayhem from 2017. I'm a little afraid because I think Paul might hit me again if I do it wrong. So pray for me.
Yeah. Yeah, this is different than the movie Red Eye that we did earlier this year, or late last year.
So Mayhem from 2017. It's an interesting movie. So, but there's another movie that does almost the exact same plot, but just there's just one little tweak they make to the plot, but it's almost the exact same movie, which is the Belkin Experiment. So if you've seen that, then you've basically seen Mayhem. Mayhem's just funnier.
I was gonna say Mayhem had a lot of fun.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Is the Belkin Experiment is more serious, so it's just a lot of. It's still an office building. It's still people fighting, and it's like an experiment type thing. But that one it doesn't have the comedy that Mayhem here has. But this is directed by Joe Lynch. Let me tell you, here on Bad Taste, we have talked about Joe Lynch's movies before. Because he did Wrong Turn 2, Dead End in 2007. I couldn't believe he had done that. So I have covered his... And he's done one other movie, and I'm drawing a blank on it right now, but it's another movie I want to cover at some point. Because he's only really done 3 movies. He's done like a lot of TV things, from what I saw. Movie-wise, he's only done a couple that I've ever heard of. And the 3 that he has, I've seen, and I've enjoyed them. So Joe Lynch, welcome back to the show, friend of the show, because me and Anthony loved Wrong Turn 2, because that's another one that just had fun with hillbillies in the woods idea. So this guy just has fun with what he does. So you may be thinking, so are we gonna get a whole bunch of backstory and information? No, because fun fact, there was no background information that really mattered at all. All the background information just seemed like a bunch of random shit where I was like, all right, that's neat, but not necessarily important to the overall movie, but
I would say the only background we get, and we don't get background on the situation, we get background on the lead character who leads us through his career through this place.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
But it has nothing to do with the conditions that come about that caused the situation or anything like that. It's just, hey, I started here and now I'm here, and holy shit,
much. Pretty much. So with this movie, we have Stephen Yeun, who I think most people know him by this point. Either you know him as Glenn from The Walking Dead, which I think most people know him from there.
The guy who got his head bashed in by Lucille.
Yeah. But he was also recently in The Rip, if anyone's seen that. I sat through it. It's really long. It's like an average crime thriller movie. It wasn't anything super spectacular, but it was all right. He was also in Nope 2022 because he plays the rodeo lead dude there. And then he's also in a show called Beef, which I have not seen all of it, but I've seen a little bit of it. It was interesting. It's on Netflix. And then my personal favorite casting here, because this woman is in my catalog of like Scream Queen of like, if she's in it, I'll probably watch it regardless. Samara Weaving, who has been on the show a couple times. We've talked about her, and we've covered at least one of the movies she's been in, I know for sure. Because with Oddcast, we covered Guns Akimbo from 2019, which I had a lot of fun with that movie, and she's in that. And that was the whole reason I brought that movie up, because I was like, hey guys, we need to watch Samara Weaving. We just need to take a week. We need to watch this movie real quick. But she's also Ready or Not, which has a sequel coming out soon, which I'll end up seeing that. The Babysitter 1 and 2 on Netflix. Both of those are pretty fun comedy slasher movies. And then, unfortunately, she was Scarlet in Snake Eyes in 2021. Unfortunately. That movie is all kinds of bad. But other than that, the only real background thing I have that I took for this movie, because again, neither of these movies had a whole ton of like behind the scenes things to talk about, and the few things they did I could just have in my notes. So getting into this movie.
By the way, if I'm accidentally making noise, I'm moving a cord that might be making some small noises. So there you go. Done now.
Had a little bit of a technical issue with the cords.
Yes.
So no, Mayhem. This movie, God, I just enjoy this movie. This movie has fun with itself. So we get an opening narration, much like Paul had mentioned before here. Which, by the way, the black and white choice for this opening, where they're explaining the virus and like how it works, what happened, blah blah. The black and white apparently was a last minute decision that they made in post. Like they had all this shot up and then they were just putting everything together and they were like, why don't we make the opening black and white? Just fuck it. So that was a choice made. But it's
and I think the idea was to also give it, even though it's not current, to give it more of a newsreel type of feel. Because they were cutting scene to scene.
There is that too. Yeah. We've also got we get told it's called the ND7 virus. We've seen a virus like this on this show. You could go back and watch our video called The Sadness if you want an unhinged version of what this could be.
This was way more controlled than The Sadness. Yes.
Yes. But the virus does the same basic thing. It makes you just act on your basic impulses, takes away self-control, yada yada. Same thing as what the sadness is, but again, sadness is just way more fucking deranged. But this is where we meet Derek, who's played by Steven here. And he works for JTC Firm, and they're just a law firm, I guess. They're just lawyers. I assume they're just lawyers. Like a lawyer.
They don't even say actually they don't even say what kind of firm it is.
See, that's the thing. They never clarify what it is.
It's just a firm with clients. They don't, you know.
Yeah, see, I kept assuming lawyers because they're talking about contracts and getting out of deals, but then they also have property things. So I'm like, are they bank managers? He's correct. They don't fully tell you what the hell this company does.
Because it really doesn't matter. I mean, it really doesn't.
I suppose so in the overall.
Also, the part you left about the virus, besides the main name, it was referred to as the red eye virus because one eye, usually I believe the left eye, would blow out and look red. So you would have the one eye would be bright red, which be the clue that, hey, somebody's infected, usually right before they stabbed you in the face. But, yeah.
Yeah, well, what could have been the giveaway?
Or that's the thing, too. Or stabbed you in the face or threw a sandwich at you out of anger. It's just, it really...
That'll get you sent to prison.
Yeah.
So from what we gather from meeting Derek here, he initially wanted the job because he wanted to be corporate. He wanted to do good. He wanted to have success. But then he ended up just kind of fucking hating it because he realized that everyone is a terrible person and he's not. So he doesn't fit in and it drives him insane. But he makes good money and he has a good job. So he's like, I just kind of deal with it. Story of everyone's life. But yeah, so we get him. He goes in the office. He's doing his thing for the day. We run into one of his coworkers who's just like a complete douchebag, and he's just like he's berating the secretary because she didn't get him some kind of file or she messed up on something, whatever. And he pulls him aside and he shows him a video of him cheating on his wife. And he's like, I don't know, maybe you let this go, or I don't know. It'd be a shame if this were to end up on everyone's email on my email list. That would be a shame, wouldn't it? Which is just, like, this just clarifies for in the movie here, like, the kind of person that he is. Because he'll be like that for, like, the whole movie. Where, like, he just keeps helping people out. Anyway... So he's in this thing. He runs different things. He wants a coffee cup, but he can't get his coffee cup, and then that becomes a plot point for this movie.
Because somebody stole his coffee cup.
Mm-hmm.
It's
he left it on his desk.
Yeah, I'll get you another coffee cup. I don't want another coffee cup.
Yeah, no, I want mine.
He's very focused. He's very focused on his one coffee cup.
Yes, he needs his coffee cup, all right, not somebody else's coffee cup.
Yeah.
But yeah, so gets calls from her sister, tells her how you're probably not gonna be able to make her birthday. Corporate life, what do you do? I've been in this situation working desk jobs myself. I get it. Sometimes it just, life sucks. But this is where Derek has to go into it. He ends up having to go into a meeting because he has one of his, again, lawyer or bank manager, I don't fucking know. He has a meeting with someone over a property. This is where we end up meeting Melanie, who's played by Samara Weaving here. And she's pretending to be a lawyer or whatever it is of this company. She's pretending to be a representative herself and trying to talk about this property until he calls out a piece of paperwork she's missing and she doesn't know what it is. And he's like, okay. Yes, you're not really, like, a part of all this, right? Like, you're just a normal person because you have no idea what I'm talking about. So, they get into an argument. She talks about how it's her house. They're kicking her out. They screwed her over out of a thing anyway, and she's just trying to figure out how to keep her house after being screwed over. He doesn't, obviously, he doesn't have any say at anything. He's just the middleman. And he ends up looking over the file, and he finds the name of the person who did her, like, filing report, whatever. And he realizes the person that it is not a person that should be talked to or dealt with. And he's like, I hate that I'm going to have to go up to the other floor and deal with this person. But, okay. So we get introduced to our first... I refer to them, this movie plays like a video game. And we meet the first mini-boss of this video game, which is the Siren, who is this person she's like middle management, but she knows how to talk to the big boss and get things done. And if you need anything done, you have to go to the Siren because she has her word in the boss's ear all the time. So just gotta deal with her. So he goes and he deals with her. And then she pulls up the filing of paperwork and she goes, oh, well, looks like your name is the one on the account that's fucked up. So I don't know about that. Which clearly he knows he had nothing to do with the fucking account. So that's not right. we'll learn later that he makes the mistake here of taking it to the top, taking it to the boss. We'll find out later this was a mistake. He should have waited. But he goes up there because he's good at his job. He's working on a promotion right now. He knows he didn't do this. He's good at what he does. They meet with
By the way, really quick plot point. To get upstairs, you have to have special access and all this crap.
Oh yes,
it's a steel fortress up there. This is important later on.
Very important later on. Hence why I said it feels like a video game.
Yeah.
So they get up there, they talk to the boss.
King of the castle, top of the food chain, and total fucking maniac. You know, your typical American success story. Did I mention that he also dabbles in the fine arts?
Tell me what you see here.
But Derek immediately realizes how screwed he is because the boss is just like, well, sometimes somebody has to take the credit, take the fall for others. And he like draws a little stick figure picture and he's with a grenade and he's like, all right, so this bomb's going to go off and there's these three guys. What? Everybody's running away. What are they doing wrong? And Derek and they keep pointing out like, oh, well, the fuse is really short, blah, blah. And he's like, now how do we fix that? And Derek doesn't know, and the siren just redraws it with one of the guys turning around to jump on the bomb, and he goes, that's correct. That's you, Derek. You're going to be the one who saves everyone.
Oh.
That's your job here, which obviously does not sit well with him. He's just like, no. I didn't make the mess up. I know how we'll fix this. My guy.
And at this point, let me point out that you actually, the actor does a great job because you see him mentally snap at this point. You see the beginnings of the twist, where he goes from I'm willing to work with anybody to okay, this is just now he's losing it. He's broken at this point. He's breaking.
So that is the thing. I completely forgot. I had it in my notes here, but I completely skipped over it. There's a point before they go up and meet the bigger boss that Derek pours himself a glass of water, and they show that the water is contaminated with the virus. So while they're headed up to the office, we see others are coughing, sneezing. Everybody's starting to catch it now. So him having the break is a thing worth noting at this point. Of you see him having the mental break of getting mad. But he just draws boobs on the fucking stick figure, and then he goes, "That's how we solve the problem." And I was like, "Yes, Derek," because drawing boobs and then pointing to the siren and being like, "That's how we fix." That's going to be the thing that works for you with the boss's favorite worker. You're right, Derek. That's also nice touch of adding the fucking nipples onto the boobs, because that was needed, because that helped your case.
Maybe he was trying to point out it was cold upstairs.
Jesus Christ. But that's all he does, which clearly doesn't fucking go well for him. The boss sends him away. This is where we meet Derek's friend, Ewan, who, I don't know how to describe this man. He's a pacifist, vegetarian, that kind of guy. But they have a whole discussion, and immediately he's like, okay, good, so you caught the air. All right, and it's her? Oh, we got this. All right, we just need to do a couple things before you take it up to the big boss. And then Derek's just like, well, see, this is where I say I may have messed up. And he's like, oh, shit. Well, it's already done now. You already took it up to him, so everything's out of everyone's hands now. You should have come to me first. But I have it written down. I like the dialogue that's in this. When he looks at Derek and he looks at him and he goes, so now if I were to punch a rhino, would that be stupid or brave? I mean, brave. I mean, I guess kind of stupid. Okay, so good. Now we're seeing how bravery and stupidity can interlap with each other, right? So now we're on the same page.
Say I punch a rhino in the face. Would you call that brave or stupid?
Brave. And stupid?
See how bravery and stupidity can overlap? Now that you understand that, let me give her a call and see if I can't find a way to cut you a deal.
Sure.
So, he thinks he's going to have a way to fight it. Doesn't work out that way because Kara, the siren, she bursts in and tells Derek that he's fired. And he doesn't have a choice. Go pack his shit. It's done and over with. Shouldn't have messed with her. She won. Which is exactly what Ewan tried telling him. Is like, you should have come to me first because like there's no way you're going to win one-on-one with her.
Let's point out that and this points out that Derek is always trying to be the good guy. Derek just wants to do what's right. He just wants to do what's right. Yeah. He doesn't want to play the political games and stuff. Yeah, he doesn't want to play the political games and all that. He just this is wrong. We need to correct this. Is all he thinks. That's where his mind is at. Yeah.
Unfortunately, because he goes to pack up his stuff. We get introduced to the 9, who are the board of executives for this company. And they're having a whole discussion about what is about to happen. But they send Lester the Reaper, who's another of the mini-bosses that we'll get to.
Enter Lester McGill, head of human resources. No, not her. That guy. He takes care of the firm's layoffs. He's as cold as his methods are efficient. A perfect fit here. Naturally, we call him the Reaper.
He's the human resources for firing, and he's just this dude who walks around on a cane.
He's basically a hatchet man. And I've worked with people like him. I've had to deal with people like him. They're not nice people.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
I have to file that under N for not my problem.
I could be disbarred. I could face legal action from the client.
I'm just the messenger, Derek. Yelling at me is like yelling at your watch because you're late.
I've dealt with people like this as well. They're not the kind of person you want to deal with. But yeah, Lester comes into his office and he just tells him, like, it is what it is. I have paperwork for you to sign. They're NDAs, blah, blah. Sign this, and then you get your severance. Derek tries yelling at him about getting fired, and he's just like, "Hey, man, don't yell at the messenger. I didn't do this to you. I didn't cause you to get fired. You got yourself fired. No one to blame but yourself, bud."
There was also a throwaway line. I don't know if you caught it, where he said, "Sign this and this, that, and the other thing, and you'll be rich." In other words, we don't hear what the severance is, but it sounds like it's a pretty healthy severance package because they know that they're getting rid of him under false pretense. So they're trying to buy him out basically for a lot of money, apparently.
Which they will continue to do later in the movie as well.
Yeah,
they're very insistent on this.
But yeah, and at this point there was a quick little throwaway line that if you weren't really listening, you're like, okay.
So here, so Derek's fired. He's getting escorted out of the building, but then they can't, because then cut to the cops swarming the building. Everything's locked down. There's an ND7 outbreak that has been detected on the sensors. And the big boss, when he gets told about it, he's like, "Who the hell told you could put those there?" And they're like, "Well, it's legally required to have the sensors since the outbreaks have started. So that's why they're there." So for this whole sequence of events here, we have the boss calling this all out as bullshit. Because he's just like, "No, everyone needs to keep working, blah, blah." Which he does end up saying, like, everyone works. No one stops working. I don't care what's going on with this ND7, whatever horse shit. Everyone keeps working or they're fired. Then we also cut back downstairs. We see Derek and Ewan, who they have no fucking idea what to do right now. They have no goddamn idea what to do. It's just like, well, They're told they have 8 hours because they've put a dispersant into the air, and it should help get rid of the virus, but it'll take about 8 hours for it to take effect. Derek, I love this scene here. So Derek and Ewan are arguing, and Derek's talking about he's going to just go up to the boss, he's going to go up to the 9, he's going to beat the shit out of all of them, and he's going to make his point that he doesn't need to be fired. The virus is really kicking in. And Ewan grabs him, throws him up against a pillar, and he's like, look, man, do you think I like being the way I am? The meditation, the incense, it's all bullshit. You think I like the taste of kale? No, I'm dead inside.
Talking about you have everything figured out. No, Eric, this meditation and this incense, it's all bullshit. You think I like the taste of kale? Come on, I'm fucking dead inside.
I fucking love this. He's just trying to get Jared to calm down. Oh.
But I find it interesting that he was able to talk Derek down, which is what he was doing. He was,
He talks Derek down for like 2 seconds. The minute he gets distracted, Derek takes off to the elevator and is just like, I'm getting my meeting with the boss. To be fair, he tries. He really tries. He makes.
See, and I don't remember if at this point they cut to the boss, the main boss, and his eye is already showing signs of redness.
Yes.
So the asshole is now in super asshole mode. Okay.
oh yes. Because instead of going up, they send the elevator down. And this is where Derek gets ambushed by Colton the Bull, who's just a big, brooding asshole that the boss has to do his dirty work for him. He just gets the...
I didn't think about that, but you're right. This is a video game on film.
It really is. It really is. Derek gets beaten. They pepper spray him a bunch. Then Ewan shows up and he's gonna save the day. And at first I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be like Blood-Sucking Bastards, where the best friend comes in, he saves him, and then the friends are gonna go save the day." No, unfortunately, because Ewan gets punched, and he goes back into a board, and he gets a nail in the head, and he dies.
Ewan! Ewan? No! You killed Ewan?
There's been an accident.
Do you have any idea how many billable hours I'm gonna lose until I find a replacement?
And I hate that they kill him because it would have been fun to see him and Derek trying to go. Regardless, so he's dead now, and even the boss is upset by it. And at first, I thought maybe he was a friend of the boss's, and I was like, oh, we're gonna get like a humanizing moment. No, because that's immediately followed by like, I'm gonna have to get so many people to fill the void of how much money he makes us. God damn it! It's like, oh well, I thought he was gonna be a human there for a minute. This one, he just gets knocked the fuck out.
Oh, that's right.
The boss has him locked up. He gets locked up. He finds Melanie, who also got locked up. Apparently, she was just locked up randomly. A couple things. There's little things in this movie where you'd just be like, but why? Melanie's one of those things for me where I'm just like, I get if she wasn't like part of the building, but like they also locked her in a room and like locked her away. Not.
But see, the way this virus works, there's no reason for why. They don't need a reason.
I suppose so. But I mean, she does also explain that she tried doubling back to look for other things to help her case and got caught. She has like a throwaway line about that. But I do also have the note that she's listening to metal music here. She also has a metal band t-shirt on, and that is because Samara Weaving and the director both are metalheads, and that was the choice that they both decided to make. So that was just like a character detail there. But they talk, and he questions why she's still there, and that's where she talks about like she tried sneaking back in to get more information on her case. She got caught, and then the virus thing happened, and they just threw her in here. She doesn't really know what's going on. Derek rigs up a bunch of phones because there are a bunch of broken phones, and she's like, "You're never gonna get anywhere with that. I don't know what you're doing." And he's like, "No, I just need a couple of them. I just need a couple of these here." This motherfucker, this man got fired, and then also got the shit kicked out of him. And instead of sitting in this room and just letting time pass, wait out the time or whatever, this man calls the boss's boss to then explain about like, hey, so there was this case that somebody fucked up on, and they're trying to blame me, but I didn't do it. This person actually did it, and they're actually just going to make me be a martyr for it, so then they're going to pocket the cash from that deal. So then technically you guys are losing money while they're making money, but then I'm going to have to take the fall. And it starts like a whole thing, and I'm like, the balls. The fucking balls on this man to be like, yeah, I'm fired? Here's your boss. He's stealing money from you.
To me, I think this is the effect the virus had on him.
I mean,
really, if you go back and watch that scene, it's not, I think that's what it brought out in him, is all that subdued, I'm going to be the good guy thing to no, screw this. I'm throwing everybody under the bus.
Such a good.
Yeah.
So that happens. Obviously, the boss then decides he has to die now. It's like now he's exposing secrets. They weapon up, which my only note to the weapons that they have, and I saw somebody else made the same note on the movie websites, whatnot. Nail guns don't work this way. It's fun for them to be used in movies, but just for everyone at home, if you take a nail gun and you shoot it into the air, it won't actually shoot, because it has a safety feature where it has to be pushing against something to fire. So you can't actually take it and just fire willy-nilly. I'm fine with it in a movie because it's a fucking movie. But like I did see the comment about that, and I was like, I mean, technically yes, but like, it's fun though. You're shooting a nail gun.
But you can override that safety feature pretty easily. But
hey, we don't need to be telling people how to create weapons. We're not at that point in society yet.
Because as pointed out in Lethal Weapon 2, it is like firing a small caliber handgun. Yeah.
It's goddamn. So this is where we get the video game-esque plot for the rest of this movie. They need to get the Reaper to access his card that lets them get to the next floor, that will let them get the Siren and get her key card, that will then let them get to the boss and deal with them. So
have you ever heard or seen Scott Pilgrim say, versus the world? This is about where we're at here.
I know I've said this a few times in this episode already, but I can't help it. This scene right here, I would love to clip this and just have this for me to just see and laugh at. Because here we see the Reaper's in his office, and he's doing a bonsai tree, and it keeps cutting back and forth to him virused out and him not virused out, where he's like chopped this tree to shit, and then he's also been carefully cutting branches. But he walks out of his office, and the office is in chaos. There's people just killing each other left and right. This man just... Wednesdays. And then just continues walking.
Wednesdays.
I love it so much.
Also, one point we haven't pointed out, anything that happens during this outbreak, that legally they aren't held responsible. They made a point of this at the beginning of the movie, that legally you kill anybody or hurt anybody while you're under the influence of this virus, you're not going to be held responsible. So that's why there's a timer counting down. Is they have till the end of the the
basically
lockdown to do what they
yeah.
got to do. Yeah, to do.
Yeah, they have the 8 hours there, and he's correct. The dude who had the first outbreak that was recorded, he killed his boss. They went to court, and it was a whole court case. If you're infected, anything you do you're not mentally culpable, whatever, of like you are not in your right mindset. So yeah, everybody's just going crazy. Derek and Melanie show up, and they're just like, "Hey, we're here to get your key card." And we get an entire thing of them having to fight through the office and then get to the Reaper. They get the nail gun in the staff. We get just a bunch of people getting the shit kicked out of each other. The Reaper ends up getting Melanie, and he just beats the ever-living shit out of her, which I do have the note here when she's getting the shit kicked out of her. Samara Weaving, still a scream queen, because like the screams that she makes when she gets kicked, because she does the same thing in Ready or Not, they're blood-curdling, horrifying female screams. She's so good at that. I don't know what it is, but it makes you believe like she's a fucking danger. But it's fine because Derek gets to the rescue. Derek comes and saves her. They chase Reaper into the office. And then they have a nice little chat with him. And I fucking love this character because I love when they're getting ready to kill him. They're just like, well, if you're not gonna give us the key card, we'll just kill you and take it, whatever. And he's like, hey, don't nail gun the messenger. I'm just saying, even if you get my key card, you're not gonna get the other one. You're not gonna get to the boss. So like, why not just take the severance I was offering you and just call it even?
I was just doing my job. No one raindrop thinks it caused the flood. I get what that means.
You know what will happen to me if I give you this key card?
I'm gonna have to file that under N. For not my fucking problem.
Which obviously they don't take. But he does take the opportunity to shove scissors down into Derek's hand and then attack Melanie again. But then they nail gun him. They kill him off. Technically they don't kill him off. They just like hurt him and get him off to the side, and then they just kind of let the rest of the office take care of it. It was just like, well, everyone hates this man and everyone's in a murdering mood. We have the key cards, so we're just gonna leave you to your devices.
Yep.
Level 2 key card achieved. They're off to get to the siren now. But before they even do that, Derek sends a taunting video out to the siren and the boss, telling him about like, hey, I'm coming for you. So like, if you think you're safe, you're not. Like, the entire office is in chaos. Everyone's willing to kill you. So like, really, we just have to try to reach you. But even if we don't, someone else probably could. Also, we're going to expose all of your dirty laundry because we're not in our right state of mind, so you can't sue us. Which, fair. This is where the boss calls the siren and they have a discussion. The siren just be talking about how is she going to stop him if the Reaper couldn't? How is she gonna? But then she agrees to get rid of Derek because he says the boss tells her he'll make her partner if she just kills off Derek, gets rid of the whole mess, take care of it.
Oh yeah, because that whole conversation, she's like, nope, not gonna do it. I'm just gonna nope. I'll make you partner. Okay. I mean, that was literally.
Yeah, what was that, partner? Yeah, I got you. What did you need me to do? Murder him and his whole family? I got you. Whatever, partner. I got it. They also make a point earlier in that any stimulant, caffeine, anything like that will make the virus worse. She has been drinking coffee nonstop. So
and you hear her coffee. Yeah, and you hear her a couple of times screaming, "Make more coffee!" Through the whole thing.
Yes. Yes. It's a bad combo. While they're making their way up, Derek and Melanie here They have a conversation. This was like the only behind the scenes thing that I saw that's like information of how something was done for the most part. Because they have an argument about the Dave Matthews Band right here. And apparently this was all improv. This wasn't even in the script.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were just standing there. Steven says something and then Samara's like, what? And they had like a whole conversation here and they filmed it. And they were just like, no, it works. So that's just a little thing. But it's because she's a metalhead and then he's Derek arguing that Dave Matthews Band's actually pretty good and her just being like, what the fuck is wrong with you? No. But yeah, that was just a little thing there. But then this is where they go full John Wick in the office. Because the boss puts out a hit out on Derek for like $500,000 or some crazy shit. And he's like, just kill him. Don't let him get up here. Kill him. Whoever gets it, I will pay them. So just full on John Wick, because now the whole office has an incentive to murder this man. They get up to the next floor. Luckily for them, they're not a whole lot they have to do. They run right into the siren, and she's just like, all right, so this is the deal. This is what we're going to do. She tries psychological warfare with him, with a phone therapist, because they have like a dude on the outside calling it, and she's like, all right, Derek, now let's just calm down. Just take a deep breath. You don't want to murder everybody. You don't want to do that. We want to talk about this calmly. And it's like the siren and her little people, and then it's Derek and Melanie, and Derek gives them a warning, a disclaimer warning about if you don't want any bodily harm done to you, you'll walk away right now. But if you're staying, that means you're perfectly okay with giving up your own life in the event that happens.
Please. You understand and agree to the following terms and conditions.
Derek!
1.
Derek, this is a virus.
You hereby waive your right
Derek, please.
to your own personal bodily integrity.
This is not you.
2. Per the State versus Neville Reed, my colleague and I will not be held criminally liable for any felony or misdemeanor that you may be a victim of.
And I mean, like, brutally. Like, you could just beat him, make him not movable. No, Melody's coming through with a claw hammer, just beating everyone's head in. Siren gets away. She gets back to her office, and then she thinks she's being smart. She's going to be able to live. If she gives him the key card, she does whatever, she'll be able to live. Not how it's going to work, though, because turns out your secretary made a deal with the boss behind your back, and she burned the fucking access card, and then was like, oh yeah, no. They knew 100% that you'd cave and then try to send him up to kill them, so they asked me to screw you over and kill you. So I'm going to do that so I can get a promotion. It's just like, Jesus Christ.
What could possibly possess you to destroy my key card?
Because everyone upstairs knew you would betray them. So they offered me a promotion in exchange for destroying the card. So, I guess I no longer work for you, you fucking bitch.
Oh.
Not a good company to work for. No,
it is not. No, it is not. There's also in this whole thing, we learn that the mug that he's been asking for, his sister got it for him on his first day. And he's had it ever since. And that is why he was so adamant about that's the mug for coffee that he wants. And then the siren destroys it. So Derek doesn't feel bad when her secretary proceeds to stab her to death. The boss also sends his own taunt about just like, you're not gonna make it up here. We own you. We own this. We own that. Nothing you do is gonna matter. And the virus is going extremely heavy on the boss now. We see he's doing a bunch of cocaine now, which also makes the virus worse.
Yeah.
But Derek has the idea of like how they could get up there. They don't have a key card, but he knows a guy. And they go down to IT. And in IT, he convinces them to let them, to help them get in. Because it's just basically like, I help run all the books, and I'm also whatever, like, I can help you out if you help me out kind of thing. And we get this whole thing with the IT, who Smythe, one of the owners of this company, is an older lady who doesn't fully understand tech. So he sends something to her computer that makes it like slow down, and then she calls him and he has a whole conversation with her. And he's like, yeah, no, I'm going to send you a patch. And she's like, well, what is that? He's like, it's a little thing that's going to pop up on your computer. You're going to open it and you're going to run it, and it's going to fix the computer so it worked good again.
Okay. Look, this might get complicated for you, but don't worry.
I'll take you through the whole process myself. You ready?
Okay.
Click on the file that's on your desktop.
Done.
Now, click
Install. So rude. You know, funny enough, I think the virus actually made her nicer.
But this was just a Trojan horse. They get the access they need to getting up to the next floor. So they go. They said they get a video off to Smythe and are like, hey, we're going to be on the next floor right below you. We put a Trojan horse on your computer. We have all your files. We have all of your dirty laundry. So we know all the money you've been stealing. We know all the clients you've been pushing away. We know all the things you've been doing. But we'll give all that back to you if you just give us the key card. So they set up a meeting. We're going to give her all her stuff back. They plant a gun. They go to the meeting with Derek and Melanie. Derek and Melanie already knew about the gun, so they grab the gun from under the table. And then they point that out to her too about like, oh yeah, no, you don't have that gun anymore. So they make the deal anyway. They give her the files. She gives them the card. But then the bull, the henchman from earlier, he was also sent down, and he was just sitting there waiting for things to happen. And then he comes busting in and beats the shit out of Derek again. This is where we get what Paul remembered. Because Melanie fights Smythe, Bull fights Derek, and while fighting Derek, the Bull gets really cocky because he's just beating the ever-living shit out of Derek. Like, it's not even a challenge. But he goes to pepper spray him, and Derek takes all the pepper spray into his mouth, sprays it into his eyes, and then slams a screwdriver into the back of the Bull's head.
I'm gonna burn your eyes out.
But this is where I would agree with Paul. I don't know if it was really smart to take all the. I mean, yeah, it saved your eyes, but like I feel like it would close your throat up. Your throat would just become so irritated.
Mm-hmm. Well, you'll notice he immediately ran out to the drinking fountain. There was to the water thing, and wanted so much water he just poked a hole in it so it would run into his mouth. You know.
Which also, from what I remember, water would not help you.
It depends on the kind of chemical. It depends on the kind of chemical used. Actually, I know a guy who's a chemical weapons expert, and he has this discussion on X all the time. Yes.
Oh.
So yeah, water is actually good for tear gas. Water is good for tear gas. Because tear gas isn't like hot peppers. It's not a milk thing. You know, it's. He has to tell people all the time, do not urinate on your friends who have been tear gas. Yeah, because that's some of the shit that goes around on X.
I don't want to know.
Don't urinate on your friends who've been tear gas. You know.
Okay. So yeah. So Derek kills Bull. He does the whole water thing. He gets back to Melanie and Smythe. Smythe has the upper. Smythe is losing. Melanie's trying to make a deal with her about clearing out her account, whatever. She makes a deal to Derek about she'll get him onto the top floor to go see the boss if he just lets her kill Melanie. Derek betrays her, and he's like, yep, no, I gotta get up to the top. Like, this is the only way I can get there, so sucks to be you, sorry.
Now, isn't this where the information drive is destroyed, or is that later?
Comes here in a minute.
Yeah,
I think it comes here in a minute. But Derek didn't actually betray Melanie. He gives her a kiss, and it turns out, you'll find out later, he was giving her something. But he leaves. He goes up the elevator. He gets up to the boss, and the boss is gonna make him a deal. He's gonna give him a contract deal of, you're gonna get the partner position because, I mean, Siren's dead, so it's your job now. You can be partner, and you'll get everything you've ever wanted.
In other words, they're running out of people to promote. Yeah,
everybody's kind of dying. We'll be cut back over to Melanie quick, and we see she breaks out of her chair. She kills Smythe. Like, Derek didn't actually betray her. He gave her away. But this is where Derek says no. Just like, no, I don't want your partnership. I don't want anything to do with anything. You're all pieces of shit. And I have here that this invokes the quarterly deathmatch fight, where they then decide who gets to be the new boss. So they get into a fight. It's like golf club versus fucking brass knuckles. It's a real one-sided fight, honestly. But Derek obviously gets the upper hand because he's our main character here. The boss ends up trying to tell, because they show the timer as things are going, and it's down to like a minute and a half, and the boss is just like, what are you gonna do? You gonna throw me over the railing and kill me? I don't think you have enough time for that. I don't think you have the balls to do that, because I own you, and I'll always own you. And then Derek goes, yeah, sure, and then just throws him off the railing. It's just like no, you don't. No, I'm over this now. So the boss falls. Obviously, he falls to his death. And we get a narration from Derek.
This is where we vote, right? Well, then let's vote. Make it quick.
Can you do it, Derek? Can you do it? No, because you're too much of a pussy, which is why I am up here and you are down there. But when this is all over, I will piss on your corpse as well.
His narration, but he's explaining that like he signed on to be the boss. Basically just long enough to be like, okay, now release all the dirty shit. Okay, and I quit. And because they had the ND7 virus, they got cleared, obviously, of all their murders, whatever. We see that him and Melanie are going to art classes. He's getting back into painting and art that he wanted to do. He quit the corporate life because just like, fuck that. And yeah, that's the end of that movie. You know, it's a happy ending for him. He got to take down the corporate, and he also got the girl. So take that, Hollywood. You and your propaganda. Anyway, so that's Mayhem 2017. Go check it out if you have never seen it. It's a fun ride through. I think you'll have a fun time with it. Paul, do you have anything going on you want to tell the people about? Anything you have going on?
There's going to be Sean. This is end of March or beginning of April.
This will come out in March.
Depending on when this comes out in March, I could be at PAX East right now as you watch this.
By the time you're watching this, I think by the time you're watching this, it'll be
I
will be at PAX within the next week or two.
Either will be going to, have been at, or am currently at PAX East. Yes, so
sounds about right. Go check him out. Go check him out. You know, he reruns a couple other podcasts, if I remember correctly. He's on some other shows, like Lords of Gaming.
I'm on. Well, for the Lords of Gaming, I'm a writer and I'm an editor and contributor for their website, lordsofgaming.net. And then I'm also on Wasted with Wise, which is just a bunch of guys getting together and talking this shit for a couple hours on a Friday. And GameStop Live now on Thursdays, where we just talk video games, current news, and stuff like that. Or, excuse me, it's on Wednesdays usually, but they're doing it tonight right now, as a matter of fact. That was why I had to move from doing this on Wednesdays to Thursdays. But then they keep rescheduling shit. So, you know.
Gotcha.
And then, of course, you can follow me, Cerebral Paul 1 at Twitch and Cerebral Paul at YouTube Cerebral Paul 1 at Twitter and Cerebral Paul at YouTube, and I can never keep it all straight. And
it's, just
whatever.
You'll find him. And then, for us, as always, at Oddcast and Oddcast Network or oddcastmedia@gmail.com. Yeah. Or if you're really feeling it, by the time you're seeing this, there will still be more episodes that are up. You can go over to patreon.com/oddcastn and you can see all the Bad Taste episodes ahead of time. I have like month or two ahead of time up there. So seeing it right now, there's still like all next month's will be up there, so go check it out. But yeah, stay out of the water. Don't bring things back from the dead. Don't bury the dead under the road. Don't betray the puppets. Don't prank your friends as a serial killer. For this one, just don't ever trust corporate people.
That's really a standard thing. That has nothing to do with it.
But yeah, that is more of a standard thing. But just keep it in mind, because it'll help you here. Also, if you're infected and have free reign to do whatever for 8 hours, who's to say what you do or don't do? Stay out, stay happy. We'll see you on the next one. Bye, everyone.